You're listening to JPS on Chicagoland Sports Radio.
Yes! Hell yes!
Welcome back, everybody. JPS getting it in. Sean M. Davis1 on Twitter. Ryan Blazing on Twitter. He got me all excited over here before we went to break. Said we might be double dipping. I always tell cats you can't double dip, especially if we getting them the center sticks from Domino's. No double dipping. If you do, flip it on the other side. You know what I mean?
You ever had double dip glazed donuts?
No.
Old fashioned donuts?
Only thing
Historic Rosen?
Nah.
Double dip glazed.
That's crazy. That's a heart attack.
It really is.
Shouts out, man. Thinking about that. I'm thinking about.
Shouts out to old fashioned and historic Rosen.
You know what my pops did one time to Dicka, right? Dicka used to love his glazed donuts, bro. So my dad one day played a trick on him. Remember them old things where you used to put your hands in with the wax? My dad dipped the donut in the wax, yo.
Oh, no.
Look extra glazy, like triple, quadruple dipped. Dicka went in his office, man, tried to bite on it. Number wax. Wax donuts, man. Holla at your boy. Yo, man, 312-564-7375. So, listening to Brandon Marshall coming back.
What he just said about his relationship with Jay, it's like the odd couple.
I think it's going to work out.
I guess he's Oscar. He's definitely Oscar.
I think it's good for both of them, though.
Jay is Felix.
I think when you look at the way these guys played together when they were in Denver and their just relationship, I think they're going to both push each other. Both want to be the best that they can be, and I think that's good. That's good competition. And now you're on team. You're teammates. You're on the same team. You're working for the same common goal. It's not like, just you guys are working out in the off season, pushing each other, and then going to opposite teams. Now they're both on the same team. That's what happens sometimes. Some of the best guys who I played with during my career, whether it was in soccer or football, we were odd couples.
One of the most impressive things for me, Brandon Marshall, yesterday in his interview, he was talking about the Bears locker room. One of the first things that came up against him and his mindset that he had to deal with and say, man, this is different, was that the players actually knew each other's wives and vice versa. Let me ask you a question.
What up?
We always talk about the family atmosphere and the great locker room and the way it's run up in New England. Can you name any other coach that has created a better atmosphere than Lovey has created during his tenure here as a head coach of the Chicago Bears?
No, I haven't been in a lot of locker rooms. I just know of the Bears locker room, and I know what I saw when I was with Fish in Tennessee. But see, that goes back to everything right now, Bears. So, you know what I'm saying? All these guys. Listen, let's go out to our man, Vaughn McClure, FOP of the program. Haven't talked to him in a while. Vaughn, what's going on, boy?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm just trying to, turn this dream into a reality. You feel me?
No, I feel you. I'm just walking over to the dining hall right now to talk to players.
Okay, so, that's what everybody's been talking about. Training camp, people are excited. The Bears are back, and the season is back. I think one thing that we played today was Daryl Drake's comments and just kind of defending Devin Hester.
He does that. He does that every year.
Your thoughts, though. Your thoughts. Do you think Devin is going to be a better player this year because he doesn't have all of the pressure of being a number one receiver?
Well, yes. We'll see. Like I told you, Daryl Drake comes out and does this every year for Devin because it seems like everybody's always down Devin every year. And he made a good point yesterday about the number of catches. How many times did the ball really come his way? Not that much. So I do think that he could be a factor. I do think that the guy we need to be focusing on is Brandon Marshall because that's a 100-catch guy right now. So whatever Devin gives him is going to be a bonus. I'm more worried about Brandon Marshall not dropping passes than I'm worried about Devin Hester contributing to the offense. I still think that Devin can be a dynamic return man, can set up some great field position. But, yeah, Is he going to be that stud receiver, that complimentary guy? I don't know. I like Alshon Jeffrey. I like him maybe emerging as that second go-to receiver. In my opinion, if he comes along and he really picks up the offense. But yeah, I mean, whatever you get from Devin is a bonus.
Well, before we go to the window dressing, I have to go back because what he just said is very important. First day of practice, your number one receiver is dropping balls. Daryl Drake tried to cover it up by saying, well, Peanut's going to win some of the battles. Are we talking about balls that are just very catchable with Peanut not around him? Or are we talking about go up in the air and Peanut knocking it out of his hands? What type of balls are we talking about?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. From what I saw just on the first day, and like I said, we can't get too excited about a first day. But what I saw is Brandon just trying to do kind of like some dynamic things, just trying to kind of, one-handed catches, maybe just trying to, be easy with it and everything like that. Because I think anytime you've seen this kid on the field on Sunday, he's a beast. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He can turn it on and off like that. Now, I will say that if the other receivers are looking at him as an example, he wants to catch all the balls he can. I don't care if it is practice, Don't showboat. Don't do. Just go out there and do your thing and do what you do. But yeah, that's all I saw yesterday is him trying to grab balls with one hand. Just kind of just going through the motions and everything. But like I said, he's that dynamic of a receiver that we don't expect to see that too much from him on Sundays. No. Although the Tribune's Dan Pompey kind of wrote a story today, there has been some drop issues in the past. But I mean, if he's a guy that you're going to throw target that many times, he's going to have some drops. There's no doubt about it.
Listen, Vaughn, don't get Bears fans listening right now. Listen, I understand when the season comes around, he's gonna be all right, man. He's gonna be all right.
That's what I said. I think he's gonna turn out. Like I said, we read too much into the first day of camp,
True.
whether it be a fumble. Like I even wrote a story today about the tight end, Evan Rodriguez, looking good yesterday. He can look terrible today. You don't know.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the first day of camp. Talk to me when they put the pads on Saturday night.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's when it all counts. Don't talk about when you're just out here running around in shorts. Everybody looks good in shorts. If you can't look good in shorts, you shouldn't be on the field. The one thing I do want to touch on that you said, though, is that it's going to be a bonus what Devin Hester gets, and I get that, but we all know this. Having Jeffries on the field, having Brandon Marshall on the field, and having Devin Hester being on the field is going to open up for all three of them. You know what I'm saying?
But wait. Let me stop you right there, too. And the guy that I forgot to mention, who I think is, in my opinion, I haven't seen Brandon that much. Of the Bears receivers that were here, Earl Bennett is the most polished. Let's be real, okay?
True.
He really is. Earl does everything right, okay? And I don't think that Earl should be forgotten. Because Earl can be a contributor. He really can.
I put him in there. I put him in when we were talking a little bit earlier. I think he is. And I think the relationship with him and Jay is one of those things with a quarterback and a receiver you definitely have to have. And that doesn't just come with any other receiver. That's a special bond with a quarterback and the receiver. So I think he is in there. But if you even add him, now think about it. Think how dynamic, Vaughn, this offense could be with the running game and also with guys that you can distribute the ball to all these different receivers, how that opens up the running game. It really, to me, comes down to what we always talk about, which is that elephant in the room, is this offensive line and how much they're going to be able to protect Jay and also be instrumental in the running game. I know it's day one, no pads on. Your feelings, though, on this offensive line being able to hold up for the entire year?
I think they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, are they a dynamic line? Are they the Patriots or the Broncos from back in the day? No, they're not going to be that. I mean, I just think they have to be decent. That's my opinion.
True.
Because, they're going to do some things. They're going to move the pocket with Jay. You got a great running back in the backfield. You got a dynamic receiver in Brandon Marshall. So I just think they have to be decent. They have to hold their own for the most part. And that's simply what they have to do. So we'll see how that develops, and we hope that they develop the right way. But, yeah, we'll just see what happens. We'll have to see when they get out on the field. And sorry, guys, I got to cut you short because all the players are starting to walk out, and we need to start talking to them. So
It's all good, bro. We understand, man. Get that them interviews. We'll talk to you later.
okay, man. Take care.
Cool. Vaughn McClure.